Good evening. You are tuned to KGVM Bozeman. We're Gallatin Valley Community Radio. We're at 95.9 on your FM dial and online at kgvm.org. It's time tonight for the local musician spotlight. We'd like to thank Bozeman Arts Live for sponsoring this program. They are a digital platform for creatives here in the Valley. They offer digital production services, audio and video production, and a platform for creatives, artists, and art groups. If you'd like to find out more, you can go to bozemanarts-live.com. You can follow them on all of the social media to find out what's coming up and what happening events are around in the Gallatin Valley. Bozeman Arts Live, they are art for this moment.
I will come to you. I will come to you. There's no need to meet halfway. I will come to you. I will come to you. There's no need to meet halfway. 'Cause what's a stoplight or an extra mile? It's an easy drive, well worthwhile for me to do. And I'll come to you. I will come to you. I will come to you. You just stay right where you are. I will come to you. I will come to you. I won't have to travel far. I've already started the engine up. I'll hop on the freeway. Soon enough I'll be in view. Now I'll come to you. So head on down by the road. Wait, 'cause you know you could use a break. I'd say you're overdue. And I will come to you. 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 Yes, I will come to you.
All right. We're doing a kind of a new thing tonight. We're trying a songwriter circle. And if you want to introduce yourself and if you've got any insights about that song and how it came to be.
Well, my name is Kyle Sorensen, singer-songwriter here in town. As far as that song, I guess it came from thinking about like what would be nice to hear if I was listening to the radio or if I was hearing somebody else play for me. I think I heard a phrase at one point in time that was that people don't come to concerts to see you, they come to be seen. So, and I think just that basic message of, somebody coming to you and you get to, not have to worry about things like for a little while, just as a nice, comforting, good message.
Nice. Okay. And Amber?
Hi, I'm Amber Eichmann, and I am also a singer-songwriter here in Bozeman. I am the music director as well at Congregation Beth Shalom. I'm super excited to be here.
All right.
Hi, Kaylee Armstrong is my name, and I'm based out of Helena right now. It's really cool to be here in the musician spotlight for KGVM, especially in the company of these two people. They're wonderful songwriters and becoming great friends. So I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It's like I said, we haven't tried a round like this before, but I think it's going to be fun. And I think Amber and Kaylee have both been on the previous spotlights, not here in Loken Production Studios, but back in the KGVM studios. So haven't had Kyle on one yet. So maybe we'll have to wrangle something like that up in the future.
Sure.
But,
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here too. So.
All right.
I'll do the next song. This is called Here to Love, and I got to write this song when I was getting ready to do a production with Big Sky Community Theater. The play was called Howl, a Montana love story, and it really centered around the reintroduction of wolves into Yellowstone. And I got to feature my original music in the play, and this is one that I wrote. Standing out on the edge of the world, you can feel the great divide. Returning
I love that song, Kaylee. Kaylee and I got to play a concert back in July together, a Voices of Women showcase, and I'm just hearing all of those harmonies that we did back then, and that was so fun. So, I'm gonna start with a song that is on my last album called. The song is called "Where Does Love Go." Where does love go when you say goodbye? It's the cottonwood floating through the sky. Where does love go when you're out of breath? It's the aching that's still inside your chest. I still love you. I wish it wasn't true. So what do I do with that? Love is a stone, too heavy to cast upon the first waves of the aftermath. It can take years and so many tears to erode into little grains of sand. I still love you. I wish it wasn't true. So what do I do with that? Love doesn't go, it lingers. You can't tear it out, no matter how you try. And even though our paths don't meet, love doesn't know until too late the reasons why. I still love you. I wish it wasn't true. So what do I do with that? I still love you. I wish it wasn't true. So what do I do with that?
Cool. Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, we've made one round. Oof. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good round.
Yeah, it was. I noticed nary a pick in evidence. We must be at a folk show.
Yeah, full fingers. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
Full folky fingers.
Yeah.
Full folk keeping. Got to get that alliteration going.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanna.
Sure. Well, how do I want to introduce this? I guess that a tension that exists, I think, in a lot of people's lives is this tension between like planning and living like in the moment. And so a lot of times maybe if you have like the next 10 steps planned out, you maybe miss the best step to take, like the next best step to take. So, and I'm a cautious person. So when I see people making really fast choices, that tends to make me nervous. So I guess this is kind of like the opposite side of the song that Amber just sung, rather than a song about what has happened at the end of a relationship. This is somebody looking at a relationship that is blossoming. It's called Lace Heart. Evening sun shines a golden light on the wedding guests, while I watch you cry in tears of joy in your bridesmaid's dress. She walks down the aisle to a guitar tune. You see your future all unfolding. That'll be you soon. 'Cause you got a lace heart that's racing forward to the next part. A lace heart that won't quiet down until you wear a white gown. You found a fiancé, knew you would, and he may not be Mr. Perfect, but he's Mr. Good. You found him right on schedule, Johnny on the spot. I guess it doesn't take a lot of string to tie a knot, 'cause you got a lace heart, a carefully woven piece of fine art. A lace heart where each stitch is planned and all worked out beforehand. And I can't tell you what is best for you. Just be cautious, beware, or you'll catch a snag and tear your fragile lace heart. The evening sun shines a golden light on the bride and groom, while I watch you from the sidelines, far across the room. I guess I'm just another friendly face, another wedding guest. I hope you get your happy ending, and I wish you the best, 'cause you got a lace heart.
Cool. What a great imagery there.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, Kyle. I loved that. Okay, that was delicate and lovely. This is going to be a little more raucous. But still, no pick. Because I don't know how to use one. I've tried. Oh, this song is called Knowing. And it's honestly about not knowing. You know, you try to plan for life and you try to organize your thoughts and your actions, and then here come the curveballs, you know? Life is just it's just a beautiful disaster sometimes. And so this song is kind of about embracing that and knowing that it's all going to be okay.
That old man knew a thing or two of love, but he never did show his love enough. Worked his fingers down to the bone, carving in wood and dreaming in stone. But you can't get on the other side, a place where faith and fate collide. I'm just so tired of wasting time, knowing what I didn't know now is real, knowing but I didn't know how to feel. Had a good family in a house of steel. All the metal can bend and the paint will peel. That big bad storm came and shook a rock, stopped the hands that made forgiveness talk. But you can't get on the other side, a place where finger and cheek collide. I'm just so tired of wasting time, knowing what I didn't know now is real, knowing but I didn't know how to feel. Love drew slow, but we grew up fast, with our bleeding hearts that weren't made to last, tangled up in shadow and sun, looking for a way to be one. But you can't get on the other side, a place where never and forever collide. I'm just so tired of wasting time, knowing what I didn't know now is real, knowing but I didn't know how to feel. Yeah, you can't get on the other side, a place where you and me collide. I'm just so tired of wasting time, knowing what I didn't know now is real, knowing but I didn't know how to feel, knowing what I didn't know now is real, knowing but I didn't know how to feel.
I like that idea of coming to grips with the fact that the universe is far beyond your control. Maybe that's what Nirvana really is. Just understanding that it's going to do what it's going to do, and you're not going to change it too much no matter what you do.
I definitely have not learned that lesson yet.
Oh gosh, I feel like it's a lifelong lesson for most of us. speaking of which, in that vein, yeah, it's it's definitely hard to accept stuff that's out of our control. And like, to bring up the P word real quick, but like the pandemic, has been really hard on so many of us in so many ways, and like that's something that's so out of our control in a lot of ways. But I think that it's also just really affected people's mental health, and I think that we sometimes think we're alone in those struggles, but we're really not. And it's really actually it's not like I think most people aren't happy all the time, even though we think we're supposed to be. So like maybe there's some comfort in knowing that we're all normal in our messiness, and just accepting, like we were just talking about, just accepting all of the chaos as just that's life, and it's hard because it's uncomfortable and it's difficult, but we kind of all have it, So this is a song that I wrote a few months ago called "The Magic and the Mess." Say you'll stay when I'm laughing. Say you'll stay when I'm cracking. Sometimes it sounds the same. Please don't be afraid. Hold me when I'm broken. I've never been more open for you to see it all. All that makes me whole. Say you'll paddle the ocean, even in rapid motion. The waves always come back down. Say you'll stick around. Hold me when I'm broken. I've never been more open for you to see it all. All that makes me whole. The pieces that complete me are light and some are heavy. The magic and the mess. All that makes me whole. Oh, oh, Can you love all of me, but you don't want to see? 'Cause we don't know how good the light is if it never goes out. Hold me when I'm broken. I've never been more open for you to see it all. All that makes me hold me when I'm broken. I've never been more open for you to see it all. All that makes me whole. The pieces that complete me are light and some are heavy. Magic and the mess. And you can see it all. All that makes me whole.
That was cool. I was thinking when you were talking about that, like that whole thing, realizing that we can't control the universe and realizing that we don't, none of us really is happy all the time. And it just made me wonder, have people always had that expectation, or is this like something that was this a byproduct of the 50s and everybody thought they had to be, everything was perfect and, everybody had to be happy all the time and we should pretend that nobody should have rough spots or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure. I wish I knew more of like the sociological aspect of that, but I wonder if it's also just that we're afraid of talking about our real feelings and struggles because it's hard and it's messy and uncomfortable, and we sometimes would rather just ignore it.
Right.
So maybe it's partly that too.
That could be. If you're just tuning in, this is the Local Musician Spotlight on KGVM Bozeman. We're at 95.9 FM. We want to thank Bozeman Arts Live for sponsoring the program and want to thank Locan Productions for everything. I say this every week, and I couldn't mean it more. The space and the video, audio setup, and coordinating with the artists and everything. It's a great deal. And so you can, if you're listening on the radio, this is also live streaming on YouTube, and it'll be there after the show. If you know of somebody that would like to see it again, or if you'd like to go back and listen again, you can go to YouTube and go to Locan Productions channel. And while you're there, if you hit subscribe, you'll get a chance to see any of the new things that come up. And there's a lot of great music and video there mostly from local artists. So I encourage people to do that. So if you want to let it roll.
Oh, sure. I was just trying to think about how to transition into this. So I think a theme that runs through a lot of my music, and I would gather a lot of singer-songwriter types, is belonging and just trying to write stuff that either, you are feeling like you're seeing other people or connecting with other people or trying to have some other way for people to see you. And for about a 5-year stretch, I lived in Los Angeles. And when I think back on that period of my life, I did a lot of things, but I feel like everything was not real. You had some kind of line in I can't remember now what it was. There's something, you used the word real in there, like knowing
Knowing what I didn't know now is real.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. It makes sense to you.
Yeah, where I think I just kind of, I felt like I was experiencing things and meeting people, but not having a lot of close connections. And I can think of at least like one song. There's that Red Hot Chili Peppers song, Under the Bridge, where he's singing to the city. And I think that that might be a thing that people just do in LA because you don't have anyone to talk to. So you spend all this time on the highway, and you just have your own thoughts, and the city almost becomes a character, and there's a romance in that. So I eventually moved back here because I like it a lot better. But this is kind of my version of that thing. A purple glow fills the city in the night as I crest a hill overlooking grids of light. Ooh. The overpasses are pretty, I've often said. Driving quickly now underneath, thinking of bed. There's us palm trees calmly swaying, and sometimes I can't recall what the hell I'm doing here alone, far away from home. The billboards shine like a lighthouse at this hour, drifting off the 101 freeway on to Gower. Ooh. I have learned the lure of these street signs all too well. The road is humming and I am under her spell. There's a siren in the distance. Sometimes I start to wonder where another pathway might have led. But I'm here instead. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that is so weird. That paradox that, like, seems like anyway, that some of the places that people might feel the most isolated are in the places where there are the most people. Yes. Man, that's bitter irony.
I began to wonder what the city would sing to you if she heard you. I would like to hear that
You
song.
want to write that song?
Yes. Everybody, we've been writing a song since the three of us got here. We don't know what it's about, but it's probably going to be about the weather and now the city's response to your beautiful song.
Lots of, yeah, I'm sure that we'll be able to tie that together in a
We will.
thematic, relevant way. So.
Because it rains so much in LA.
Okay. Speaking of singing to something, this next song addresses all earthlings. I've kind of just, I think the world has been experiencing a lot of division. And at the same time, a lot of unifying experience, too. And we're all different. We all come from different places. But there's just this thing we share, every single one of us, and that's Earth as our home. So I like to write a lot about environmental ideas or inspire stewardship of the land in others who might hear my music and think, oh, what she's singing a lot about nature. It's like, yeah, because I want you to care. But this one is, it's just a song for everybody. And I hope you like it. Washing o'er the highlands in the evening. What I stand for, it transcends my color, my voice, my gender. I believe in a kinder world filled with compassion, one where people are striving for understanding, and the music's playing all around. If we could hear, there'd be no tears. Come on, people, gather round. We can make it happen here. And I think we should thank the flowers for their beauty.
think it meant. Alas, we are but human, connected to everything. So let us not forget the ocean that turns the tide inside you and
Maybe we should thank the trees for the wood to make those guitars too.
Amen. Yes, thank you, trees. Thank you, trees. And thank you, people who are listening.
I love that, Kaylee. And that was like a perfect lead in to the one I was going to do. I love how sometimes these things just flow really nicely. So, yeah, I loved your line about being connected to everything. And yeah, I really believe that we're all connected, and especially to the earth, you know, like made of the same like stuff, you know. So back in June, I was on a songwriting retreat with Kyle and our friend Megan and our other friend Mindy. And we went to Lava Hot Springs, Idaho, and rented this great big Airbnb, and it had a beautiful view of the mountains. And I think our first full day there, I woke up and, you know, Mindy's kids woke us all up early. So I went out and, just like sat outside the house and just looked at the mountains for a while. And I started writing this poem that turned into this song. And that's all I'll say about that. So.
how could I try to erase the curves and the lines my grandmothers gave me? I'm trying to fully embrace the way my hips resemble the landscape, rocky mountains curving up and down with wisdom so profound. We don't question their validity, created perfectly. Perhaps it's the same for me. Bursting with fullness of life, dotted with trees, wild and uneven. Shadows show up on their sides, stretched across to mark the divides. Rocky mountains curving up and down with wisdom so profound. We don't question their validity, created perfectly. Perhaps it's the same for me. So profound, we don't question their validity, created perfectly. Perhaps it's the same for me.
Cool.
I think
That's
it's
Yeah, it's wild to think about. Just the suggestion that maybe that's not true. That I'm not as valid, that I don't have the same validity as the Rocky Mountains. It's like, huh. I mean, I think it's probably not that's probably a thought that a lot of people have, but it seems, if you stop and think about it, it's like, well, why? Why would we think that? Why would we decide that maybe we're not as, not of the same stuff as some other things?
Yeah, and as far as I know, nobody's ever said, those mountains are a little too big. We're going to just shave them down.
Yeah,
we're going to smooth them out. Like we do that with people, right?
Yeah.
We do like the media and like our society does that with people. You need to be smaller and you need to fit this perfect standard. But we don't do that with nature. Well,
Yeah.
maybe some instances.
Sometimes we do
It's your
that
like
regrettably.
backyard or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah,
When
that's
there's
true.
That presentational act. When you own it. And you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to shape that hedge and
Yeah.
But then it's not nature anymore. It's not the Rocky Mountains.
It's not wild.
that's true.
Yeah.
We've got a little over 10 minutes left, so I don't know if we'll make it all the way around. I don't know how we want to do it. Or
Does anyone have a song that they have really been dying to play?
I'm dying to hear you play a song.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll play a song. There's been, I think, kind of a general theme about like when you're down, what do you do to seek consolation? And in a way that song you just sang is about that, it kind of turning to the landscape and trying to think of like viewing things from another perspective. And so I find that when I'm in a bad place, people tend to, the kind of advice you get is just sort of like vague, like you're good, you're a good guy, go be good or something. I don't know.
chin up.
Yeah. And a lot of times I think just experiencing something tangible, like just one experience where you see somebody like did something, can make all the difference in terms of like kind of like maybe adjusting a perspective or just helping you to get through something. So that's kind of where this came from. I thought I was a wasted case when I crossed that landscaped lawn and drug myself into the lobby with a half-packed carry-on. You stood behind a laminate desk topped with clipboards and sign-in sheets, vases, sprouted plastic flowers next to pamphlets on how to cope with grief, concrete hope and asphalt grace, miles of highway on your face. You showed me there's a road my feet can trace, concrete hope and asphalt grace. Your skin was frayed, your dress was used, your eyes were worn as two old tires. There was gravel in your voice, rusty stains and old reminders, but your head was up, your neck was straight. You walked just like an iron beam, swung your shoulders like metal with a strength I'd never seen, concrete hope and asphalt grace, miles of highway on your face. You showed me there's a road my feet can trace, concrete hope and asphalt grace. I thought I was a wasted case, that I couldn't be retrieved. But when you said this place would save me, that was the first time that I believed, concrete hope and asphalt grace. Miles of highway on your face. You showed me there's a road my feet can't trace. Concrete hope and asphalt grace. Concrete hope and asphalt grace.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite Kyle songs.
Yeah. that's
Actually,
great.
like all of those are my favorite Kyle songs.
Well, thank you.
One thing that dawned on me, what I think we'll do, we'll go ahead and go through the round. The last song might not make it on the out on the air, but it'll be on the live stream, and we'll have it on the recording. So, sometimes I forget that we aren't as constrained as we might otherwise be. So,
Oh, cool. Okay.
does that sound right?
Sure.
Sounds great. Yeah. So keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the one thing, would we want to say anything about before we lose our radio audience? About,
Yeah. So what I thought is maybe we'll do
Yeah.
one more song, and then we can
Sure, sounds good.
do a kind of quick wrap up, and then finish up.
Okay. The song is called Caverns. New ideas are just beneath the surface. Natural concepts are left to be explored. Indentations and impressions on the psyche. Portals in the earth. Look for places in the mountains that swallow night and day alike. Made of limey sands from ancient oceans, carved into stone by watery design. Beating heart inside the mountain, breathing birds to evening gale, building precious turn to whisper, telling tall geologic tales, telling tall geologic tales. Let the caverns lead you places in the wildlands of your mind, crawling deep into the fissures of the earth that lead farther back in time. Beating heart inside the mountain, breathing birds to evening gales, building precious turn to whisper, telling tall geologic tales, telling tall geologic tales.
Yeah. If you've got any things you want to share with the audience before we hit the end of the, we've got a couple minutes, and then we'll do Amber's last song.
I just wanted to say that I'm really excited to write a song about caverns and caves, and I've been able to be a cave guide a few times at some parks, and there's a really cool park in this state called Lewis and Clark Caverns. Have you guys been there?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's so cool. Big stalactites and stalagmites and yeah, check out the underground wilderness. It's actually a really cool place.
Plug in nature. That's cool. I don't have too much to say. I did want to say Tall Geologic Tales that's a good hook. Just from a songwriting perspective, I like that. So maybe the only thing I would say, I guess two things. Some of my older music, because I haven't been recording as much recently, is just at my website, which is kylesorensenmusic.com, if you want to listen to any of that. And the only other thing I can think of is I do, in my parallel life, I do a lot of improv comedy. So there is a new comedy club that has opened in Bozeman, and I perform with a few different troupes there on Saturdays and Sundays. The main show is called Notorious BOZ, and it's Saturday at 10. And we get a monologist, somebody who's like from the community, to just come and tell stories, and then we improvise scenes around it. So that's fun.
Nice.
Cool. And I have music online. You can find it at my website, ambereichman.com, and Spotify and all the places. And I have dreams of making a new album sometime in the near future. If you want to stay updated about that, you can sign up for my email list on my website. Yeah. So I will, I'll do one more here, and I think I'll do my favorite closer, which is from my first album. And speaking of Tall Geologic Tales, it's also about rocks. It's called Angel's Landing, named after the mountain and the trail Angel's Landing in Zion National Park in Utah. I've been searching for redemption from the comfort of the dark. It comes for a fleeting moment, leaving nothing but a spark. I sought out an angel's landing, a sanctuary for a refugee. I searched far and wide through Zion, looking for some place to set me free. But these rocks will hold me, these trees will break my fall. I can make it all the way, even if I have to crawl. These rocks were made from sand over miles and many years. And maybe they will crumble, but that I cannot fear. I cannot live in fear. There is pain inside the hollows. I pour my own into the cracks, and I don't know if I can make it, but there's no way I'm ever going back. All my past and all my vices lead me to where I am today. And if I break down on this mountain, let the wind carry me away. But these rocks will hold me, these trees will break my fall. I can make live in fear. Live in fear. Thanks, Kyle.
That's nice. Well, I want to thank you all for coming on and doing the show. I would have to say that our first experiment with a songwriters round felt to me like a smashing success. We'll have to do it again, I think. And I love songs that make me think a little bit. And I think all of these, were more than just kind of a 3-minute pop song. Yeah, there's some food for thought in there, which I really like. So thanks very much for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. And special thanks to Pat for having us here at the studio and running all the sound and video. And thanks so much, Bob. This has been amazing. And what an honor to sit next to you two and share music together.
Ditto.
Yeah, thanks so much. It was really fun.
Great.
Thank you, Bob.
You bet. Well, we'll be back again next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock with another local musician spotlight. And I should know who it's going to be, but my brain is failing me right now. So I hope you tune in. And like I said, if you wanted to go back and listen or watch this again, you can go to YouTube and look for the Loken Productions YouTube channel, and it'll be there. It'll be awesome. So thanks again, and I hope everyone has a great night.